just to talk a little bit about materials. And I think when people say zonkers, generally we mean flies tied with strips of rabbit. I think you might hear minkies mentioned, which are basically very similar fly patterns tied, but using mink strips instead of a rabbit. And this is useful if you want a different profile to the fly, and also the mink strips is slightly different. So here's a typical piece of rabbit zonker strip on the skin. You can see the actual fibers of the rabbit quite long and very, very soft, really soft. So I would like using this on some bigger flies, big river streamers, maybe some big snakes. I want to go down to size and hook size, size 8 and 10, standard hooks, not long shank hooks. Then I'm finding this rabbit's very big, and then the skin, although it is soft, if we start cutting it very thin, it affects these strips of rabbit. So that's rabbit. Okay, let's get a piece of mink here. So let's get some out of this bag. It's just some strips I have here, a friend of mine gave me. So I'll try and hold these maybe side by side as well. So there's a whole bunch of different shades of grey mink. So here's a strip of mink. These ones come color coded here. So if I tie a fly with this strip, I'll know it's not the same, say, as one of the other grey colors, because it won't be marked. So this is a lighter grey, and you can see this skin is, so it's just the little things. Some tyers, they mark the underside of the skin with a colour, so that if one shade of mink is lighter or darker, you'll know when you look at the fly underneath. Some people don't like the colours underneath. It's really up to you. And this one, as I say, just has the whole colour dyed. So if we put that next to the rabbit, you can see the rabbit's much longer. The other thing with the mink, you'll see there's a lot more guard hairs to it. And you know, if you think of a stickleback or some sort of different types of baitfish patterns or minnow patterns, then obviously those spiky guard hairs might look realistic to a trout. So some mink strips typically can be used on some of the shorter long shank hooks, or a standard shank hook, particularly like say an 8 ideal. But you might be going down to a 10, and you say, well, what can we do now? You can go to weasel. There's some weasel in this bag here, so I'll show you what that looks like. And if I'm tying on 10s, then I like this. So very similar to the mink, probably just a little bit shorter in length. So again, smaller fry pattern. The weasel might just take the edge over the mink. This is sort of a natural color, which is a nice brown color as well. So weasel, don't have much of this left. I like tying patterns with weasel. And then if we get our weasel, again, it has guard hairs. If I'm tying a shorter fibered fly or different type of fly, this is seal skin. Now if we compare the two, the seal skin again is nowhere near as soft as the weasel, but I'm hoping you can pick this out against the background here. This stuff is so translucent, and I've been using this stuff for a while now, and it's been difficult for me to get. This one a friend of mine sent me, and he sent me this sort of dark color and also much paler color from a lighter colored seal. So it's a bit lighter, and you can just see, hopefully even in this light, that it's way more translucent. It's not as soft, it doesn't flatten out when it gets wet as much, and these lovely guard hairs. You can see why it would look like a baitfish or an eel. So really nice stuff. I'm going to tie going to tie a fly on a, probably tie maybe a standard size 8 fly using this stuff. But just to explain why we would use different Zonker strips for different flies. This one, you know, it's just the translucency of it by comparison to the other materials. So it gives you a different dimension. Really like this stuff. You can pick it up in Ireland now, and you can get it in dyed colours. This is a strip I picked up at Ardare Springs in black. One thing you will see is it's quite thick for the sort of size of fly that I'm tying. I would split that. I'll cut that with a scalpel, get 2 or 3 strips out of that. This is probably an older seal than the natural stuff that I had myself, and you can see it's a little bit longer. So for a larger size minky black, you know, I would replace the mink with this stuff on some of my patterns. Really can't speak highly enough of this seal. A lot of thanks to the guys who were supplying me with it before it was available in the shops here.